Hello guys, welcome back. In today's video we are working on the front end. But before we start working on the front end, we need to do a few fixes in our back end. So it's not a big deal, but we need to make them to make our code consistent, right? So let's go to the socket folder, and then within that folder we have the handler, right? Let's go to that file, and at the end we have the reset event. So in this we have to do a few changes, right? The first one, we need to get use here the reset room function, and you don't need to do anything else. Of course you need to import it because we already code this function, right? So, and another change that we need to do here, it's like for this one, when we start a game, we need to in this function I called game start, right? But I over here I the name I use is start game. So we need to be consistent with this name, right? In this case I'm gonna choose to go with game start, right? So let me change that. Okay, we change that. Okay, we are good now. Our game is a little bit more consistent. And the other change that we need to do here, or well, at least I prefer to do it, making this extra. So basically it's a variable. This variable is more descriptive, right? That's that this variable will go to the front end, and it is more easy to read and easy to understand, right? Basically it's indicating that we are sending a boolean value, right? And that's basically it. That's the small change. I'm sorry I missed those, but yeah, it's not a big deal, right? So now let's go and start working on our front end. In the terminal we are going to create a React Native project, right? That's what we are using to create our front end. So let's run this command so we can create this the project, and let's wait a little bit. Project it has been created, so let's set it to that. Okay. um, okay, perfect. Let's open this project with the VS Code or your favorite code editor. um, let's open that project, and let's close this. And over here, before doing something else, we need to install a library, which pretty much we will use it with in combination with socket.io. And basically we need to install the socket.io client, right, for in our front end. So let's install that as well. And also, as you can see, when we create our project, Expo give us a lot of files that we might not need, so we need to remove those. And the way we can remove those is by going to this script, right, that was provided by Expo as well. So basically we need to go to our script, and we need to run a command that will allow us to remove um, all those files that we don't need, right? So we can start fresh. So npm run reset project, right? And then, do you want to move existing files instead of deleting? No, I don't want to move them. I just want to delete them. All right, as you can see, we remove all those files that we don't need, right? And let's test if our app is working or it's running correctly, right? Okay. Oh, it looks like we have a problem here. Oh, sorry, I am not in the right folder, so we need to go back. And now we need to run that. Yeah, we can run that now. And yes, it looks like, yeah, our project is running just fine. And as you can see here, you can actually see our project running, right? So and before I start coding, I think it's a good idea, let's make sure everything it's running properly. Just one moment. Let's move this, and let's just wait and make sure everything is working, right? Let's just test this. Yeah, it looks like everything is working just fine. So now, before I start coding, we want to create our folder structure, right? First, we are gonna create a folder, and we are gonna call that folder hooks, right? Okay, and within this folder we are going to basically what we are doing here is three things, right? We want to separate our logic, UI, and in the main screen, right? In our case, our main screen will be this one, right? And basically we are going to use all the components here, right? But let's create basically the hooks will help us um, to hold our logic, right? Let's create two files there. um, the first one, we are gonna call it, let me see, let me create this used socket, right? That will be our first file, right? And basically this hook will have one job, and the main job will be to create and manage the socket connection, right? Instead of, instead of creating the socket inside of the screen, we are going to move this into a hook so it's reusable and isolated, right? That's what we are going to create it here. And also we need another hook, and we are going to call it, let me see, use tick tack toe game. And basically in this hook will contain all the game logic and its state. It is listening for server events like a start game, like reset game, game over, all of that. So another one, basically this hook is the brain of our game, in other words. So it knows the rules, the state, and how to talk with the server. That's what we are doing in those two hooks, right? And then we need another folder, and we are gonna call it component or components, because we are gonna have more than one component here. And basically in this folder we are gonna have the header, or the game header, the game header. And basically this component just display the title, the status, and whose turn it is, right? Pretty simple. And then we're gonna have another one, which will be the board. And we're gonna have another one, which will be the cells. And basically these two components goes basically together, right? The board components render the grid, and each cell rendered one square. Basically that's why these two will be together. And we need another one, and we're gonna call it rematch button. That's it. And basically let me write that. And those are the components that we will need in the front end. And also, and basically the button, the rematch button, basically it's just a button. It only knows how to render itself and trigger a callback. That's it. There's not much there. And then we need another folder, and this folder will be for the types, right? Because we are using TypeScript. So we need this, I'm gonna call it type game, and it will hold the shape of our game, right? The structure of game. So that's that. And probably I wanna to make our UI cleaner, I will create another folder, and basically in this folder we are gonna have the styles, right? That's basically, let me add that folder here. And here we are gonna keep all our styles. That's it. Basically that's our UI. And next video I think we are gonna start doing the coding, right? The coding part. I believe we are gonna start with the hooks. I think it's a good idea because it's our game logic here. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.